Hi, this is Margaret. I'm going to show you a Pecha Kucha. More about that later. Right now, just check out this presentation. It's an introduction of me. This is me in the early years. My dad liked to take pictures just like I do now. I'm in North Cape May, which is my original home. I've spent most of my life bouncing back and forth between North Cape May and Hamilton, New Jersey, where I live now. Fast forward to the 1980s. This was my music decade. I was a student at Temple University. I got a master's degree in music theory, and I played the clarinet in lots of bands and ensembles, including the Temple University Diamond Marching Band. Music jobs being as rare as they are, I went to library school at Rutgers. This is a picture of me in my first professional librarian job at Hamilton Public Library, my other hometown. I'm answering reference questions and getting a little bit bored with that job. So I found a position, a temporary position, at the music library at Rutgers University. This was fun. It was my dream job, mixing the two, music and libraries, but it was a temporary position, and I moved on to Bucks County Community College. Here's a little picture of Tyler Gardens. When I first started at Bucks in 2001, the 2000s being my academic library years, um, I was the Extension Services librarian, bouncing around between Bristol and Newtown and Percy. And in 2006, I became the Information Literacy librarian, and I attended an immersion program in information literacy at Winnipeg in Canada, where I learned how to put what we were doing into an organized program in IL. IL being information literacy, finding, evaluating, and using information ethically. We teach sessions to classes, we teach students one-on-one at the reference desk, we are embedded in their online courses, any way we can think of to be involved. Media literacy is really the same thing as information literacy. It's finding, evaluating, and using ethically images, videos, and audio. And that's what you're going to learn this week. It's a lot of fun, believe me, but a lot of work too. So besides the librarian thing, I like to do writing and photography, and I've published a bunch of things. I enjoy writing about Cape May the most. This is the Cape May Lighthouse from Cape May Point State Park, one of my favorite places to go and shoot photos. I also enjoy Philadelphia. I go there often. I enjoy the Mummers Parade. I didn't go this year. This one's a few years back. And this photo is one of my favorites. It just reminds me of what it feels like to be at the Mummers Parade. It's just so exciting and colorful with confetti. And every once in a while, I get to go on a trip further away from home. Here I am in Paris on a Segway. We took a Segway tour of the city, and I wrote about it later and took lots of pictures and just had a great old time in Paris. I also teach for the continuing education department at Bucks, and I'm offering a course at the end of this month called The Passion of Opera. It's one of my joys in later life now. Opera. Here's Giuseppe Verdi, opera composer and scarf tire. One of my other interests, which is a practical way of organizing all my other uh, activities, is mind mapping. And this is a way to organize information visually. I use this for writing and speaking and teaching and just about any kind of information anywhere. I put up a little list of the stuff I do at Bucks here just so you get an idea. I'm involved with the Gen Ed Core folks, and I do the information literacy and digital media literacy, TLTR, and right now the plagiarism detection software action team. So Pecha Kucha. This is really a technique that uses PowerPoint rather than a whole new tool that you have to learn. The only difference is each slide is timed, and PowerPoint has that control in it already. Pecha Kucha is Japanese for chatter or chit-chat. There are some rules if you want to join up with a Pecha Kucha meetup somewhere. You get 20 slides, and each slide gets 20 seconds. So you can talk for 20 seconds, that's a few sentences. It demands that you have command of your subject matter. Winging it won't really work. You really have to decide what you're going to say ahead of time. Not necessarily by writing it down, but just having an idea of what points you want to make. You can get approximately 2 sentences, maybe 3, maybe a little bit more, depending on how fast you talk. You don't want to talk too fast. You also don't want to use ums or other vocal crutches because it'll eat up your time. And you have to practice. So I've used a Pecha Kucha template that I found on this guy Dave Ford's weblog, and there's the link to it. I can share that with you. By the way, all photos here are mine unless otherwise cited. The Verdi had a citation. That one was not mine.